What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk about some of the best ways that you can level up your character quickly so that when the new raid comes out on Friday you have the best chance of at least going in there and having a good time. Of course, with the Black Armory DLC, anybody who owns Black Armory and anybody who has Forsaken, the new max power level is 650, but just like with Forsaken, it is a pretty significant grind to make progress here and raise that light level. So what are some of the things you can do to get your character as high as you can heading into this Friday? Well, first and foremost, I think that you want to look at which character you have. If you have more than one character, which character do you want to use to play on Friday to do the new raid? And whichever character that is, save your milestones, save that character for last. And I know that may seem counterintuitive, but for instance, I started this week on my Titan, and I want to switch things up. I want to try the new raid on my Hunter. And to better maximize my gains here, I did all my milestones, or most of my milestones, on my Titan. And this would work even better if I had another character, because it would give me additional chances here. But I transferred all the weapons that I got on my Titan over to my Hunter. And even though it only bumped me up to 601, nearly 602, that right there is a nice head start for my Hunter now, so that if I get lucky and get my armor pieces sooner, then I can maybe even get a little bit higher than I did on my Titan. And that's going to be one way that you can have a slightly better advantage on your secondary or third character. Now, the other thing to keep in mind too, I didn't quite have the foresight heading into Black Armory, but I know a lot of people were saving up their powerful gear bounties, and that's something I probably should have done, but that's alright, because the less progress that you made in some ways in Forsaken, that could yield you additional opportunities for powerful gear in Black Armory. So, for instance, looking at my character, I know I have this bounty for Gambit, wearing a full Ancient Apocalypse set. And there's a good chance that maybe you didn't quite do either this one for Gambit, there's also one for the Vanguard, and there's one for Crucible. Now, I did the one for Crucible, but I haven't done the one for the Vanguard. So this is something here where if I look at my character, I have every piece of armor except for the chest piece. So this might be something here where it's worthwhile to turn in some tokens and try to get that final piece, because that will be one extra piece of powerful gear that could make or break my chances heading into this Friday. So look at your pursuits. There may be some things you have here that could give you another piece of powerful gear. For instance, I do have this one here as well. This was one of the Tangled Shore quest steps that I never quite finished. So look at your pursuits, and there may be something there that can really give you a leg up here heading into this Friday's new raid. So those are some things I recommend right away as well. Start out on the character you don't want to play with, get some gains, transfer those weapons over, and then look at your pursuits. Try to find any low-hanging fruit here that you can use to give yourself a nice head start. Once you do those things, then I think you want to look at your milestones. And yes, it is limited. Right now you can see I haven't done anything on my Hunter. I have not yet even visited Spider over in Tangled Shore. But if I look at my destinations here, you can see I haven't done any of these milestones. So these are all opportunities. And the question then really becomes, which order do you do your milestones in? And I know there's conflicting opinions on this. Personally, I know that some people are saying do the raid first and then focus on your other milestones. And yes, the raid will give you the highest degree of powerful gear. But I'm kind of the opinion that you may want to focus on doing the other things first. And yes, it's going to vary depending on how lucky you are when it comes to RNG. If I do my Crucible, my Gambit, and my Vanguard, and it's dropping me 3 helmets, then yeah, that's going to be something where it didn't quite work out for me. But my opinion is do these easy ones first. You may get lucky and get a Prime Engram to drop during those activities. The Prime Engram is going to be a pretty powerful piece of gear that's going to level you up a lot faster than your normal milestones. And once you've extinguished all your regular opportunities, your Flashpoint, your Vanguard, etc., that's when I think you want to move over to the Dreaming City. Don't do the raid just yet, in my opinion. I would focus on doing Petra's gear, because historically the powerful gear you get from Petra is a slightly higher tier powerful gear than your daily Gambit and daily Crucible. Do that piece next, and then last but not least, that's when you want to jump into Last Wish raid. And I think that, in my opinion, is going to be a better way versus doing the Last Wish first, and that's mainly because you have additional chances at Prime Engrams during these activities. And if you have your luck on your side there from an RNG perspective, you're not getting multiple of the same type of weapon or the same type of armor, then I think you're going to be able to head into the raid at a pretty high power level. So, for instance, on my Titan, I am 608 is the maximum I can hit right now. And I still have to do one more powerful gear for Petra. So that might bump me up to 609, then heading into the raid. If I have a good luck on my side there, I might be able to get a couple extra power levels from that. So you're looking at the low 610s there heading into this Friday, not counting any additional milestones that I can do between now and then. Also not counting any more prime engrams I get on my Titan, and also not counting any rare but beneficial exotic drops that you may get. So that would be my opinion. I know some people are saying raid first, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know which one you guys jumped into first on your character. But once you've done all those things, at that point then your options are pretty limited on what you can do. You're essentially trying to get some of the pinnacle weapons, and hopefully you get some prime engrams to drop during those activities, but your options are pretty limited at that point. But if you have some decent luck, then you should be able to get to 610s, and that's pretty good progress, I think, for the first couple days getting into that power level. And yes, you may not have the best chances at completing the raid on Friday. I know I don't expect to be on Friday at all, but as long as you're having a good time, that's the most important thing. So let me know if this was helpful. I wanted to give my opinions on some initial things here for Black Armory and for the new 650 cap. Let me know if this was helpful. Most importantly though, guys, thanks for watching, and best of luck this Friday if you do try the raid out. Talk to you guys soon.